There we go. They can hear you now.
Verdant's a cock
Hello,
goblin.
Look, he
Banning
just got
invader.
you off at the AFK stream. So, like,
Sure.
Yeah, so Bright, what are we doing today?
we join back the Day of the Damned. Hello, all 6 viewers, or however many of you will choose to suffer this.
0 so far. Which means that even YouTube isn't watching.
Perfect. Last session, we had the wedding. Some things happened, but it went mostly smoothly.
All objectives complete.
All objectives complete. One man even had bonus objectives that he completed himself.
Indeed.
And
Matt got married.
one man got married
That's
and
succeeded.
somehow still didn't
Interesting.
complete all the
Not
objectives.
interesting.
Truly not interesting. However, a crab was bullied, which was the main attraction.
Apparently so.
And befriended. Importantly befriended.
Not by you.
Well, only for you to
By
probably do
him.
something terrible to her again.
Excuse me.
As soon
you
as
need
you
a
meet
friend
her.
for life.
Friend for wife?
He's 14. He's not ready to be married yet.
Marry engage in his culture.
Sorry,
Probably
he's
is.
114. He's not ready to be
Still
married
2
yet.
years off.
The hormones don't really kick in after you turn into a skeleton.
I'd fucking hope not.
You say that, yet all of you are incredibly horny for some inexplicable
Am I?
reason.
No.
George is, at the very least.
No.
He lies as naturally as he breathes.
He has a bone to pick with something.
I've got a bone to pick with you.
I swear you talked about making a baseball bat down there last session.
Says he's
Shut
not
up.
horny, shows everyone his
That
bone.
indeed was part of his plans to make a magic metal baseball bat.
Also, your audio's cracking, but probably fix that.
He finally hit puberty.
Alright,
That's
fine.
not his
I
voice
removed,
cracking.
The background voices.
Is your audio not your voice?
No.
If I said
Also,
if I went in
didn't
person
help
and
it,
referred to
so
someone's
I'm not sure
audio,
what's happening.
Would they not think I meant their voice?
Hold on a moment.
Other small notes from last session. I now am able to drain the soul out of people as long as I touch them.
Yeah, you can suck people off.
Check. Nope.
I can now give people the bad touch.
You can now touch them
Always do
wrong
that.
and suck them off.
I do
No.
not know what you're talking about because my voice isn't crackling on any of the Discord side.
It was for us for a while.
It was for us, yeah. So
Don't know
You've
what to
gone
tell you.
through puberty.
Don't worry,
Congratulations.
but you
It's-
can
it's
continue
normal
to be
now.
wrong.
Yeah.
He's a real man now.
in any case,
Yeah, that's a quick
what are you
puberty.
doing? Morning after the wedding. Car, I imagine, is busy.
He did busy
What
himself.
about the rest of you?
I guess I've got to finish up some project, don't I?
Of course, Birdie, for you, time seems to have lost most meaning, considering you don't sleep.
And I can.
It's all-
It restores hit points,
it's-
but I don't need to.
It's all work, more or less.
All work and no play.
George, did we get those plans for those weapons for the army? The
It's gonna take
bolt
it.
crossbows?
It's gonna take more
bit
than
of
a
time
single
to
night.
develop. Yeah, unlike you, most people can't work at that pace.
Fucking lazy.
You have. I'm not even gonna argue with you. Yes, George believes them to be lazy, much like he believes his children to be weak.
But am I wrong?
Yes.
Yeah, but you're lazy. Of course you'd say I'm wrong.
Do you see
Just
the
don't
size of the
sleep.
Empire belt here?
Yeah, and
No,
I've
he
seen
doesn't.
what it used to be.
Because no, he doesn't. But he should be able to see it now.
Oh, right, yeah, there's
This
other
is-
characters where we are.
This is an old map. I should probably update this.
Yes, you should.
Ah, I see. We've lost some territory.
God, I want to fix that border gore so bad.
This is an old map. The border gore is not like this.
It's an old
It's
map.
worse.
It doesn't check out.
It's not like this. It's worse. Is what I'm hearing.
So, we're now going into the game of civilization, right?
Why would we
Hearts of
play
Iron.
Civilization? Yeah, it's hard.
Oh, Hoi 4, yeah.
Perhaps so, but not quite yet. At least not for this session.
It's Crusader Kings still. We can't make
Oh.
It's
yeah.
it's still a
All
tad bit of
political.
Crusader Kings.
I
the
wanna start an
politics.
intrigue
Island
plot
hopping is a
to,
very Hearts of
murder.
Iron thing.
The politics are a politicking, which is why I'm wondering whether anyone else wants to do anything before we get into Cars thing, because I doubt it's going to interest a lot of you. So
Well, before Cars thing, we can have a general audience with the Necromancer. Now that it's not the.
Yeah. Oh, I've got jewelry to sell as well that I still haven't.
Right.
Maybe talk to Kagami about the reward and the wedding gift.
Yes.
There you go.
I will go through everything and tally up how much collective money the lot of you have. But for now, treat it as though you have a nation's treasury at your disposal,
So,
provided
yes,
Car is generous.
How did that
Provided Car is generous.
Okay,
All right.
so we
So
have
how
no
much can I
money.
sink into the Gauntlet project?
Gauntlet project.
$0 because L will kill you.
What's the Gauntlet project? Explain.
He wants to collect wives like they're Infinity Stones.
Aren't they though?
No, I'm not helping. Do that yourself, you pervert.
In any case, if anyone has any normal suggestions,
I promised a discussion with that Magimaster, didn't I? Weapons development discussion.
well, he is relatively easy to find. His work has him mostly keeping to the council chambers.
This would involve Mortimer as well.
You mean Morcant? Mortimer
yeah.
is I don't know. Mortimer is the Jew from the first season of Boss.
Look, they're pretty similar, okay?
You better be dead.
They are definitely not.
Dang, Arizona, we call you Jew.
I'm saying the names begin with M, and I can't distinguish. It's one of the downsides of being a skeleton. You go semi-face
making
blind.
Funny, Aethif doesn't have
It's
that
not
problem.
face blindness. You just recognize skulls better.
Yeah.
You become an expert
Those
at.
cheekbones can only be.
You've only been a conscious skeleton for the
plus
past
one racism
year.
isn't real. The
Yeah.
plus one racism isn't real.
Oh wait, hang on. That's +2 if I can recognize skulls better.
the plus racism isn't real.
Fixed up the calipers when you were alive. Were you Jewish?
All right, I actually did
You
forget
Cuban,
to
eh?
add in the racism bonus. So
You do not have a racism bonus. Do
can I
not
make-
the racism bonus.
can I make a racism roll against Aethif? Can I see specifically what genus he is and how much I should disrespect him?
Fuck it, give me a roll.
5 + 2.
Not +2, because you don't
5
get a
plus
bonus
2.
to racism unless you've spent some other skills that I haven't seen yet.
No. +2 to racism. It's inherent to all skeletons.
4 plus
No,
3.
no, it isn't.
Wait, what did you get? You got a 4.
Plus
Uh,
3 with
you're-
scope.
Yeah. Oh, you're trying to. Okay, so Aethif is a highborn and your superior.
Okay. I'm gonna roll that again using barter actually to see how much I was selling for at market. 2 plus 2. He
Versus
got
his 5 plus 3 on
5.
stealth.
You,
5
you
plus 3
forgot
on
that you were,
stealth.
you forgot you were trying to figure this out.
For some reason, you were born of the noblest of whores.
I mean, that's still
He
probably
is-
not that bad.
He is the most noble of men, and you could fetch quite a large price for him.
Royalty.
Something in
He-
your mind
he has-
doesn't
he
really
has
click
royalties.
about the fact that he was a peasant child, but
George starts just making an iron net. Sell me, child.
why are we doing this?
Yep.
You know, it's gonna be
Because
Because
really
you
slavery's
ignored
illegal
when I
in
said
England.
talk to the
It's off the
necromancer
slave
first.
we go.
figuring out how to run this campaign with you having forgotten who I am is gonna be really annoying. So please stop this path, because this path is gonna get really annoying.
Shut up, peasant boy.
He's not a peasant. You think he's a noble.
Ah, yeah. Shut up, noble boy.
Sensing his hostility,
Luxury have an ass.
I start to consider whether or not I should make him forget my existence, but I feel like that would be even more annoying.
How the luxury have an ass. Fucking
Anyway.
silver spoon ass bitch.
But no, he finds this amusing.
Anyway,
My plus 2 to raise. I think I would.
people who are doing sensible things, like
Well, there was discussion.
Such as-
Necromancer.
right.
Let's just do the group necromancer discussion.
Can you find the necromancer though?
So,
That's what other people are for.
you got a 4, I got a 4.
Well,
7.
asking around, you hear
7.
that the necromancer has set up in an inn, the capital. It's not he's not hiding from anyone, at the very least.
Well, I'm inviting to come to the council.
An invitation will be sent. And,
You should take these die back as well, Brett, because they're from characters that don't exist anymore.
Put them back in the cannon, goddammit. They
No.
add to the fun of rolling.
More jingle, good.
More jingle, more good. In fact,
Add more jingle.
which one was it?
Oh god.
Why?
Let me try.
Roll, boy, roll.
12.
They don't
Try to
fit in
Um,
the cannon.
Hang on.
We will try.
Hang on. My orcs have just
No.
fired. Let me just see how many hit.
I didn't roll. My
It's
dice escaped.
such a mess.
Yes. Anyways, joking aside, the necromancer will appear in the council chamber. Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
I should not have done that. You see the man, though he looks worse for wear. When you saw him yesterday at the Jesus Christ,
You rolled a 52.
what are you doing?
Alright, I think I've sunk that battleship.
Are we quite done? Is
Yep, that's all the correct dice. These two can go.
Just get rid of the excess.
This is your own fault.
yes, it is. I comprehend this.
He seems worse for wear, you say.
Yes. It seems that aging has taken to him quite rapidly. In fact,
Was he rather young when he got here?
yes, he was. In fact, you saw him yesterday, and he seemed exceptionally young, actually, for someone his Someone his knowledge, his wisdom, his age, one might say.
Tell me you didn't
query
sell
suspiciously,
some years.
Lord
What? Are you
Abraxas.
old?
You can't just go asking around why people are old, boy. It's rude.
Just did.
I was just rephrasing that
He
for
he
you.
went to the beach.
And when,
Not
in
after
fact,
this.
he did not go to the beach. He,
It made him old.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Banned from this session. Banned from this game.
All right, so
So,
I do believe you have some business to confer with us.
that I do. Though, are you quite ready to make your way to the Malvis Cordon?
That is not in the daily arrangements.
Well, you should find a time slot to put it in the daily arrangements one of these days. Though, I suppose I shouldn't rush you. Destiny can always wait.
Are you in a hurry?
Me? No. Though, I would prefer to have this handled before any of you get yourselves lost or killed.
Well, right now I'm performing something that you have asked of my wife, and that is to get the country in order to be a force against the Empire. I can hardly do that while sailing about.
Perhaps so, but you've got competent advisors, and your presence is required elsewhere.
I still have unfinished business here. Not to mention many others to talk to get on side. The question is what your plans are, so I may be able to comport to your whims.
I need. He counts the number of you in the room. Seemingly smaller than the last time he counted the skeletons.
Who?
No, the same amount as always.
The undead. The well.
It's always been 5. I don't know what he's talking about.
When he counts
Strange
skeletons,
that-
he literally refers to everyone with the skeleton as skeletons.
Not the type of necromancer he is, but
You have a skeleton in your body, you count as one. You have a skeleton in your body, you count as
strange. The spider and the druid are missing. Suppose we'll have
Who?
to manage without them.
I hear the druid has returned home to the Estian Isles.
Perhaps I should send an assassin to have him brought back to us. But that is for this. That is a topic of discussion for another time.
I seem to remember the spider being here with us in Willand.
Speaking of the spider, I was wanting to talk
She
to
was.
the spider before we leave.
You
The other
can do
spider.
that after the council session. Yes.
Cool. Just making sure.
So, if not about your business with me and the Malvis Cordon, what exactly have you brought me here for? It's not often I get invitations to places of power.
Considering that you brought people that own such places of power to life, I'd assume you'd be prepared to be asked questions in such places.
Truth be told, your revival was a happy coincidence, shall we say. I did not know who I was going to bring back from that pit, nor did it matter overmuch.
I would say you got lucky. Quite lucky. Imagine we had
Nice.
been some 4 random peasants. 5.
Though you
No,
did
no,
know
no.
that,
4 peasants and royalty.
they did know that Naga, whose skull was the only thing raised. Apparently you prepared a body for it that we had to take advantage of.
Ah, my assistant. I had sent them there personally, though, that form is rather unfortunate.
Yes, and
He was,
apparently
he was a mighty servant alive.
Yes,
apparently
he's
he
with
is
the
still
druid.
with the druid.
He will return when he chooses, I suppose. Must have some
Well-
interest in whatever the druid's planning.
I don't think the druid's capable of making any plans.
So, aside from matters in the Malvis Cordon that you will not reveal to us without us being there, what minor purposes are we to fulfill here?
Truth be told, I only needed you for the Malvis Gordon, though my luck seems to have taken quite the fortunate turn. The lot of you, raised as you are, should go about your lives until you're ready to join me.
Is he telling us to go level up?
He's telling you to go do what you please until you're ready to assist him.
Finish what you
Oh
have
boy,
before,
here I go
before you
killing
start the
again.
main quest.
Yes, before the point of no return.
Alright, let's run through how many side quests we've got to do.
300. Anyway.
Alright, let's start with the first one.
I think we should do it systematically by what's closest.
So I suppose in some time we'll meet you in the Malvis Cordon after things have gotten settled here. After all, there's a dragon to find, a murder to solve, and
Murder
an
to
entire
commit.
country to unite.
Country or a continent?
A continent.
I think he
definitely.
means
It'll be a country when we're done.
I've not
One.
much reason to return to the Malvis Cordon without your assistance, so I suppose I can stick around, provide any assistance should you desire it.
I would appreciate your assistance in learning the deeper arts of necromancy. I have not much time to practice, and I suppose some teaching is in order. After all, I have some old bones
is
to
ra-
interrogate.
It is rather unfortunate, but you cannot progress farther than talking to some spirits. The true depths of necromancy are locked away behind possessing an intact soul, shall we say. And yours has been rather marred by my doing.
was that on purpose?
A necessity.
Intact. So I'm just part of the soul. Where's the rest of it?
No, you are the whole soul.
Just damaged.
You're... I would not say damaged, molded, shall we say. Your
Into
bones do
what?
not animate themselves.
Well, obviously, there's no mechanical linkages.
It's magic, and magic requires power.
Now this is power.
So, a portion of our very souls is being used to fuel our bodies?
It's more complex than that. Those bodies you have, the bone they're made from, they're not exactly real, shall we say. They're made of soul, bent into shape to hold essence.
Wait, are you saying that you brought our souls partially into reality so we could move them?
More or less. It's a complex procedure. Difficult to pull off. It's a miracle it happened with my passing in that pit.
Perhaps it's because of your passing.
I would not give the gods of that place such benevolent intent. Parasites that they are.
If we're exceptions, what would be the normal undead you create? Would they just not have a mind of their own?
He snaps his fingers. Behind him, something strange enters the room. It's massive, barely fitting through the double doors leading into the council chamber. Do any of you have any lore? Any knowledge?
Nope.
Yes.
What knowledge do you have?
Well, I guess formal knowledge, like formal magic knowledge, but that's probably not what you're asking for.
No common knowledge, no.
Well, it's learned. Yeah, I have to rename it or something.
Well, we should
The
all have
skills is
just
labeled
common
formal
everyday
magic.
knowledge.
Let's see. Fine, everyone give me a roll. I'll see if any of you roll well enough.
5.
1.
4.
I'd say Carr and Morkant would get it. That thing that's walking behind him is not just the bones of something normal. It's, well, you've heard about these things in stories. Creatures that existed before humanity inhabited these lands. There's a lot of name for them, though the
T-Rex.
common vernacular is a storm giant.
Oh, a giant.
Me looking at horrors beyond my comprehension.
I don't get it. In fact, I do have a model for this thing. I just haven't imported them. I can do it right now if you don't mind waiting.
Go
I'm
ahead.
Nah, I'm
curious
good.
to see it.
Visual aid for horrors beyond our comprehension. But then again, will we start to comprehend the horror?
Well, then it's no longer beyond their comprehension. It just becomes a horror.
Comprehensible horror.
The
Horror within
shittiest
our
kind.
comprehension. Well, anyway. He presents the golem, as it were, and produces his staff. And with a swift cast of a spell, the thing is decapitated and falls to the floor, turning into ash.
Turning into that?
No, not
No.
into that.
Too pretty.
This one will not rise again as you have.
Sorry, did you ever post the what we're looking at?
No, he did not.
I did not.
Okay.
Suppose I can just post an image of the thing. Actually, hold on. I'll just pull it in later. For now.
Yeah.
He has executed an undead minion in front of you. showing you the exact differences between you and it in a most gruesome manner.
How many can you raise at a time? Is there a limit?
The limit to these basic servants is my own power. However, the limit to your kind, shall we say, is just how much essence I can get my hands on. That's why we're going into, or we will be going into the Mollusk Warden.
And who would we be attempting to raise with this essence that you gather in Malthus Gordon?
Its purposes are multiple. We would raise an army of heroes from the bygone eras, of monsters capable of bringing down the armies of the Empire, of those who could survive death.
I mean, any way you look at it, we survive death. In some particular sense.
That you do. Truly, you are blessed.
Could you raise an army of these basic undead?
If I could raise an army of these basic undead, and if I could simply march them on the Empire, why, I wouldn't have had to raise you.
Well, of course you would. Any army needs commanders.
And from what I see, the dead are as likely to just turn to ash upon the shores.
Yeah,
That is true.
We do have a nation with which there is a land border.
Caravelia is allied with the Empire.
Caravelia is a puppet of the Empire, preserving their status as a separate nation, only insofar as the Empire sees them as a fit ground to experiment on people they don't consider their own.
Fascinating.
Is there a map in the council chamber?
I'm sure there's several.
Yeah.
Well, looking at the world map, or the map of the continent, George will just point at the neighboring country.
Compact.
Compact, and we'll just say, well, they'd be a prime target for raiding with undead forces.
And you would have me
And
turn...
hordes of 15, 30 undead into a village at night. Let it end in the morning.
And what makes you such so lacking in favor for the compact? I myself have only been apprised of their situation this morning.
There's nothing there. But they have resources. They have foundries, forges.
Every nation has
Won't
such.
work with me. They won't work with me, and theirs far surpass whatever is here.
What did you see in the compact?
Steel golems under construction.
Like that thing that we faced in the
Yes, exactly like...
man.
What was its name?
Masters.
Yes. Exactly like that. In fact, when I was there, descendants were improving it.
No.
There he is.
Ah, kawaii,
A bit
No.
small.
Okay, less cute. Less cute is the size of a continent.
I was
Not this one, no.
backwards.
Ah, okay.
Ah,
Not that
This
one. he has another one that's the size of a continent. Don't worry.
He has not yet raised his true powers, but he does not mention this to any of you.
But George, yeah, so
So
George will then say
considering
once more, they would be the prime target for an undead raiding force to supplement an army.
Well, I'm loath to agree with the birdies on anything. The compact has taken much of the lands here, and they do not much agree with my nation. If I was ever to...
It's Bertie. The one.
Ignoring George. If I were ever to rally an army from here to fight against the Empire, the neighboring nations of the Republic and the Compact would as easily take over the lands of Willand, and there would be no support for this war against the Empire. The Republic or the Compact would need to be brought into the fold.
The Republic's an ally of the Empire, right?
No.
So we don't want to get their eye just yet.
As much as I would love to help with your dreams of conquest, this power of mine needs to be kept a secret, at least for now. If an army of the dead started raiding the lands of the living, do you think the Empire would simply stand idle?
Well, there'd need to be survivors to prove it.
Depends on the scale.
Raiding an entire nation with a makeshift army is a great way to get yourself on the list of people who need to be eliminated. I'd prefer we kept the dead until...
Close to the chest.
Yes, the army of the dead should be kept as a surprise before we march on the lands of the Empire.
Well,
The longer they know,
however,
the longer they know about us, the greater the chance they think of something to stop us.
well I've
Are
not
there
seen
only-
this proposal then.
yeah, so are there any alternatives you could provide towards ensuring unity of the continent?
Well, Carl, you have forges manned by men who must sleep. Could we not supply undead laborers to the forges?
An army of workers could be kept hidden a lot more easier than an army of warriors.
I could direct them myself, even. Also, not needing to sleep.
If we have the material to work forges day and night to provide equipment needed, this would be nothing I would argue against.
The materials themselves could be mined by the dead, the necromancer speaks of. Truly ashamed to send the living down into those hell pits to extract ore.
Those undead are coming back from heaven and taking our gerbs.
I know there's tales of miners coming out of these dark pits, maddened by the gases.
Then I take it you are freely offering up the services of these laborers.
Provided I am offered what I need to work.
You have
not-
countries, resources at your disposal.
How fresh would the
Wonderful.
corpses need to be?
Could skeletons work?
I would not like to use the remains of the recently departed. It seems wrong.
Well,
Though, I
Actually,
will
know
if
of some war
necessary.
graves.
Those skeletons, not zombies.
Can't you know
I-
surely of some mass graves after battles, right? Could we use those?
Certainly there are many, but they are on the Republic side of the border.
Couple wagons. Shovels.
Couple hundred wagons would do.
Speaking of the necessity of obtaining the bodies for our efforts, the Weeping Isles have begun to awaken again. The cult of Karis, led by that head priestess, seems to have revived. This will prove an issue in the future.
Will it?
There's the titty death god.
Yes.
The very one from the files that we departed from.
Yeah.
If we are to raise the
Violet was promised to church.
Yes, if we are to raise the bones of heroes, what better place than to have our pick from that wondrous island?
Well,
That would be a
surely we
future
can come to some
concern.
agreement with Violet.
A future concern, to be sure, but one we should bear in mind. There might not be a peaceful alternative to this. I know you've made friends with the head priestess.
Yeah. Don't want to kill her.
We shall find a way to get any outcome. For now, though, we have postulated some plans for developing in this theater. Let's keep our minds in the present and the close to now. Your counsel's appreciated. I suppose I have some arrangements to make with the totality of the council.
I
should probably
I
leave
hope you
more
have-
sons up.
I hope you have some tact talking to the spiders of your nation. I doubt their kind would appreciate a man like me poking around the dead.
And like I said, if there's any mass graves, we would do so. We would make such disturbances on the Republic side. It'll have its own problems, but it'll be much more at ease with my people, I suppose. Alright, so end the meeting.
Yep, he
Hit disconnect.
He takes a courtly bow and, he walks out.
You might
Off to claim whatever land in Willand he has chosen to make his workshop.
You might want to see if you can get like any edict, whatever, passed to exhume old graves.
It shan't be an edict, it'll be something done quietly for the safety of the nation. We're not making such matters public, and I'm not about to risk open rebellion from the Arachnid.
Well, however it's done. There we are with Giga George.
However it's done, Kara's calling up Elle for her advice on that, but the other characters here have their own things to do, right?
Aethif wanted to talk to Spider, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you can make your way to one of the several safe houses that he has shown you around the city.
Alright.
And you would find a note there for yourself. The other two, as well as Spider, are going to be busy putting certain plans into actions. Those explosives you've stolen will come in handy soon enough. However, they would like the nobility of Willen to be somewhat distracted while they're busy working. And that's up to you. Spider apologizes in the letter because he doesn't have any recommendations of how to go about doing this, but he trusts that you'll find a way.
Okay, so I'm not good with the names of the places. What is Willand?
The place you're currently in.
And who is the nobility of Willand? Is that Verdon's character?
Verdon's character, all of his offspring, and a bunch of other minor nobility that exist, I assure you.
Oh, wonderful. PvP time.
Yeah, he just told you to distract all of the ruling class of the entire nation.
Do something big, you know? You've already proven you're capable of it during the opera performance.
Yeah, quick, do a thing. Poke, poke.
Did he specify when? And of course, I'm discussing this
For
out of
how
character in front of
long
my
or
enemies.
for what? Distract them.
Yeah,
he
Which
gave you-
direction?
He gave you a rough. He gave you a rough time frame and told you to not kill anyone because dead nobles would just bring more problems.
Yeah, fair enough. But when is this rough time frame?
Soonish. It's gonna happen rather soon. Their plan, anyways. And give me a roll. Let's see.
Okay. If perception applies, +3.
You remember that Carr has this whole murder mystery that he wanted solved, and man, if that went public, that'd sure turn a lot of heads.
He would smile if he could.
He would stop smiling and start smiling again if he could.
Yes.
I didn't think
Rick.
I'd have to kill a child during this game.
There are many other ways to distract them, and I don't know what they're being distracted from exactly.
Don't worry about it. Besides, you don't know you're being distracted. You're busy being distracted.
Yeah, you don't know this.
I have many
any-
things to do.
Aethif writes a note and visits the nearest newspaper and just leaves it there. A very convincing note.
Hi,
Or at least one that's
I am not
interesting.
small child. Take me seriously.
Let's see how convincing that note is. Give me a roll.
Did
Oh.
you know that Car
I can make
Callisto
this
is
more impressive.
investigating
this-
things?
Actually, no. You know what? No. I'm gonna do something better than just writing a note. All right. So the local paper place. I want to find one of the reporters.
I want pictures
Bold
of
to assume they're
Spider-Man.
not all controlled by the
Have I-
government.
Have I identified a reporter?
Why do we
We've
have
identified
reporters?
someone who works there.
Okay.
Reporter, I hope we
Well-
know it.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't exactly be a secret. You know that all that secret. You know. I mean, they literally.
Well, the
went
fact
to
that you're
news.
the fact that Callisto's back is kind of a big deal, anyways.
No. I mean, like who works there at the newspaper? That's not a secret, isn't it?
Right.
If
Well,
there's an
it's
issue, yeah.
It's not exactly a newspaper.
Town crier. I don't know.
There is a town
Heralds.
crier. There's heralds. There's a specific service that handles nothing but hot gossip.
Ah, excellent. That service. I want to find one of its. I want to identify one of its employees.
Are they a bunch of harpies?
That there are, in fact. How did you guess?
Oh,
A circle
Oh, well,
of
that
gossipy harpies.
hold on. That makes this way easier. That makes this 1,000 times easier. By any chance, are they harpies that I've met before?
News
No,
travels.
the harpies you met before were nobility. These
Okay.
clearly aren't.
News travels
Right.
as the harpy flies.
That's fine. But anyway, this works out so well. All right.
Gossip and will and travels at the speed of harpy.
Well, I'm gonna disguise myself as one of the harpies I met before.
Oh,
no. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do all the preparation necessary for that. Clothing, whatever. I'll take my time. I'm not half-assing this.
Fake mustache aside.
Once I have accomplished,
Give me a roll to fabricate fake wings.
wings. Oh, that's a good point. Ah, no, I don't need wings. I don't need wings. I'm not even gonna bother making a full outfit. I'm just going to do. All right, the side of a building. You know how I have a bunch of extra limbs available?
Right.
So my point is, I'm like a spider. I'm gonna climb the side of one of those buildings, stick my head around the corner with the mask on. Very quickly.
Normal behavior.
Yes, normal behavior. I'm really high enough to where I'm obviously flying.
Right.
Anyway, at one point, I'm just gonna peek my head out at one of the harpies that works at the place, really quickly shout out the information and disappear.
Well, not even taking 2 seconds to consider if it's actually true. You hear a bunch of what you can best describe as a mixture of laughing and birds cawing.
Excellent.
What even is the
And
rumor?
The seeds are sown.
well, I imagine he's made the rumor that you are going to set off to give trial to whoever inconvenienced you, shall we say? The reason you were gone,
Carl only ever
etc.,
said
etc.
in passing language that he's investigating a murder.
Hold on, I was just told that I know about the murder mystery.
Well, you know about the murder mystery because you saw him wake up from the dead. Most people don't know that he was dead.
Excellent.
So you're spreading around the stories that he was dead before.
Okay, hold on. If it's this specific of information, instead the information I'll spread is just I'll just shout some stuff about various members of the nobility cheating on their spouses very publicly.
All right, give me a roll to see if you remember any names and.
Just throw
people I just saw.
Just
but,
throw a spoon in a metal pot and you'll find the name of one of the noble harpies.
Yes, basically. But you can attempt to spread rumors about the nobility being a bunch of untrustworthy characters.
Wow,
I'll even
and Willand?
As I go around spreading this information, I even add stuff about like how some of them have hobbies of just using their wagons to run over peasants for fun.
Yeah, the peasants
Just
look at all these news articles and they just go, well, yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Of
Actually, no. What you need
this
to do
more of a
is you need to slander exclusively the spiders.
This is
spiders
more
that
of a
control-
publication. Look, this is more of a publication for the rich, anyways. It's not like the peasantry can.
Oh, it's for the rich. I thought you said it was
gossip
basic
tabloid.
gossip.
Well, yes,
Okay.
it is
didn't
gossip.
realize
It's
it was
just
written.
for the rich.
Okay, if it's for written stuff, that's hold on. I thought the whole point of harpies was they go around screaming the shit.
Not out loud publicly.
Harpies are boring. Oh, anyway, gonna have to rework my approach a bit. Not that I'm not spreading the information I did spread. I'm just gonna add some
Yes,
more
yes.
to make sure I've done this.
You're just going to make absolutely certain that people are pointing fingers at each other instead of at what's happening down on the street level.
Let's see. In a not overly. In a actually no. In a fairly crowded street, on one occasion, I'll just pretend to be a peasant who got ran over by a wagon. And then
Unfortunately, there's no wagons around.
There's no wagons. Wow, that's disgusting. Okay, I'm just gonna frame a murder.
Holy shit.
No one's gonna die.
He's just gonna
I'm
become
gonna be
a
the
serial killer.
No. I'm gonna be the victim. I'm just gonna make my own murder mysteries throughout the place.
Right. He's going to play the victim in several different locations.
Athif, the first
Serial
escape
victim.
room, the first escape room business started up in Lilith.
Well, but
As a
to
way
make
to
sure this is
distract nobility.
to make sure this is a big deal. I had actually thought of something similar to this before. One of the local lords, I'm going to disguise as him and just hang myself from a post.
Holy shit.
That's some
Yo.
shit.
That will cause a stir.
That's
That will
fucked
cause a
up.
stir.
Don't do it in daytime.
I'll do
Well,
it.
he-
I'll do
well,
it where
he can't
some
do it
people
in
see
daytime.
and disappear. Yeah. Point is, I'm going to do this kind of thing and disappear.
Yep. Alright. While Aethif's busy absolutely mind-breaking the local nobility,
Well,
anyone
Alright.
else want to handle anything?
Wait, I have one more
Um,
one more very important one.
Oh?
Very important one. Disguised as one noble, I'm gonna get, somewhere in the vicinity of a noble that doesn't get along with that noble, and yell at him about what I did to his wife, and then run for it.
so what he did with the crab girl.
Yeah.
He's essentially doing this on nation level at this point.
So you just want to start
you-
some minor interior civil war.
Not civil war, just serious drama that may end up with a couple people getting stabbed, but that's not my problem.
Well, as long as you're not the one doing the stabbing.
Destabilizing the country, we need to stabilize.
You need to stabilize. So anyway,
Yeah,
while they're
you
doing
need to
this political
stabilize.
stuff-
His job is
political
entirely different.
stuff, yeah, they can do
Oh,
their
let me
political
guess.
stuff,
You
I'm
turn
doing
to
my-
George and say, "Stabilize the country, country stabilizer."
Well, Aethif's busy pissing
Being a
literally
fucking-
everyone off.
Being Dennis the Menace.
Including
No,
us.
the best part is I can get away with pretty much anything because if I ever do get attacked, they forget about me.
Except we will know. Because the
Well,
fucking
you
mask.
won't know. No. You won't know why any of this is happening. You can suspect.
We don't know
Aethif,
why,
but
we can suspect people doing juvenile shit popping out of nowhere, disguised as people that are hundreds of miles away, likely.
This is.
You-
If
you
you're
might-
looking at mechanics autism, this is Aether.
You might suspect, some childish stuff, but no, he's gone overboard. He has framed, full-on executions. At least on one occasion, he made sure a guy saw his own corpse hanging in his window.
Genuinely just being an undead Dennis the Menace. You utter psychopath.
Can I get the necromancer to unraise Aethif?
Please.
the necromancer's gone. You can try to summon him again about Aethif, but
Car's gonna go about.
Send him a
doing-
strongly worded letter.
How do you sleep at night?
Car's gonna search his summer home for anything involving his death, but just get on with it.
I'll
Oh, I thought we.
hold on. Why isn't?
I'm not gonna just engage in fucking PvP against the party again.
No, it was. Never mind. Forget it.
Well, it's
your army.
it's just a bit of light entertainment.
I really at this point cannot prevent Korek from doing anything.
Except for that one guy who saw his own corpse hanging. He's probably has some serious nightmares.
I don't know what Spider's gonna do. It's probably gonna be something terrible that'll destroy Willand, but yeah, okay.
Nah,
It'll
don't
work
worry
out.
about it.
Have you never played Skyrim? Have you never aligned with the Empire and assassinated the Emperor? You know, it's that kind of thing.
I certainly hope the sun doesn't
I'll
end with you
be
assassinating
right
Carr,
back.
but
Someone's trying to break my door in.
That would be a bit.
I don't know. The Spider may give him that task for whatever reason.
I bet
No,
Al
the
would
spider,
be really pissed off.
Not a murderer.
yeah, the spider's not a murderer. He doesn't have to kill you.
Yeah, just
And
invoke civil war.
besides, you're not his current target. This is just a matter of discretion, shall we say?
Yeah, distract the entire nobility by causing civil war.
Look, it won't be a civil war. The guy who saw his own corpse will probably figure out that someone's been fucking with the nobility, and a general manhunt will start. But
Carr is not going to be part of that. Anyway,
Carr is busy traveling somewhat away from the capital city. Are you taking Elle with you?
Okay, I'm back.
preferably.
All right. She is
What the fuck
a
am I
bit
doing?
pensive. What?
What the fuck?
Could
Anyways,
you not just
irrelevant.
Could you mute when you're talking to yourself, please?
Oh no, someone changed my color on me.
I did not. I'm not sure what the fuck happened to you.
What color were you?
He is and was red. I'm not
Oh,
sure
Yeah,
what the fuck
red.
He's black.
I was changed to spectator.
Ah, so not color. You just left.
All right. Anyway,
Anyway, Elle seems a bit pensive about you going back to Ravenloft. You can't quite figure out why exactly. Or rather, Runeloft. I keep calling it the wrong thing.
I need to know
uh,
who to trust, L.
Well, surely you can just trust her. And
Suspicions raising.
things are going rather well. Stirring the pot isn't going to help anyone. And everyone involved in this is long dead, including yourself.
L, what do you know?
Give me a roll.
What modified by?
You got intrigue, right?
Yep.
Let's see. That'd be a 5. After some prodding, you can figure out that whoever killed you wasn't the person who sent your body away. That would have been Elle. She was worried about the position of her and the others once it turned out that you were in fact dead. And she acted to prevent this worst of all eventualities by making sure nobody ever, or you were never officially declared as such.
So the Estian Isles.
She told Chakra, or rather assisted Chakra in hiding the body, though she never knew exactly where your body was sent to. It seems the Chakra had some friends with the priestess Akaris who were more than willing to bury you.
And where was I found? Dead.
Runeloft, your study. Speaking of, is anyone else
Okay.
but the two of them here?
Well, did someone
Is
wanna
anyone
come
else
along
joining
with?
him?
It's not going to involve the the usual suspects of
Oh.
aura and such. So
I mean, George will go if he
Ancient-
has to, otherwise he's
I
busy.
mean, John could
Yeah,
come
sh-
along.
I need to as cover for the fact that I'm not the one destabilizing the country occasionally show up.
this isn't an occasionally thing. This is a one visit
Look,
thing.
Yes, an
Look,
occasion.
this is the occasion, yes, in which he shows up.
See, now you have proof that I'm not the one destabilizing the country.
Doubtful.
Because here I am helping.
Incredibly doubtful.
Define help.
Actually, you're still destabilizing the country because this whole trying to figure out who did him in is a bad idea, as Al keeps mentioning. It's just his own personal bad idea, so he goes along with it.
If you can take George along if you want.
Nah.
It's not
Well.
your decision.
Car, you enter Runeloft. A combination of nostalgia and dread hit you all at once. You've not been here since you died, and though it was a big part of your life while you were still alive, I suppose. It's the only place of Willen that hasn't changed drastically since you were gone. Seems almost preserved in time.
I suppose this place has been left abandoned for 100 years.
I didn't want anyone poking around, Al says.
She came in the wedding dress, okay.
Look, I don't have a different... Or, actually, I do have her somewhere. Hold on.
Don't
Oh,
come in the
fine.
dress.
Actually, it's his wife, his wedding dress, so he can come in the dress as much as he
Ew.
wants, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, so it happened in the study, so I guess navigating towards the study, which is this way.
Professor Plum with the wrench in the study.
The place, while it's mostly untouched from when you were around, certain pieces are missing. Ceremonial armors, plants that used to be decoration. Things that would have rusted and decayed, removed before they did so.
How much has been changed to this place since I left? Or was sent away?
Most of the things were kept intact. Some of the decoration was moved to the other castles. Seemed a pity to leave it here.
By passing several fine rooms, including his own room. Looks like
Yep.
this study. Yeah, go the normal way. So entering the room, he asks, it was in here?
Hold on. She leans away from the rest of the group and whispers, "A secret study."
Alright. Let's see, does he still remember where all lovers are? Yeah.
Let's see. You grab for one of the books labeled Monster Anatomy with pictures. And
The book that was never opened, of course.
Actually, it's really
you,
hard to open. For
Yeah,
some reason.
never opened because after you had it for a week, all the pages were stuck together.
you pull the book, and the bookshelf slides open, revealing a secret passage.
Car enters.
You enter the room, and there's still bloodstains dried on the floor. Your blood, probably. And runes you were working on engraved in the tiling. The book opened to some random page about binding rituals.
Yeah, good old research. Alright, is there anything there at the scene aside from blood?
Well, give me a roll.
Okay.
9.
2.
Yeah, too.
Did I notice?
You don't notice anything, but Aethif is keen enough to notice indents where the dust is ever so slightly shallower than the rest. They appear to be footprints of some variety, though they're not exactly feet. Sort of spike things. Possibly the things spiders walk on. Though, by his count, far too few. Instead of 8 legs, whatever this thing was 2-legged? No, that doesn't make sense.
It was a severely wounded spider.
Where did the poke and prodding shallow where did they go?
They go from the library to your room.
So this way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Car pulls a lever, and the other side of this bookcase slides open. You enter your old bedroom. The carpet is severely disturbed, though not sure if you left it that way or if whoever was passing out did this. Give me another perception check. Let's see.
Alright, more perception.
Perceive, man.
I did not select the dice.
The dice wasn't rolled. You can't just ping your own 6 from last time and pretend like it was.
I wasn't looking. I didn't know he didn't roll the dice. I was to be specific, my camera was over on the other end of the room.
There.
Oi! I saw that.
I had to lift it because it
Is
was
that a hero
cocked.
point? Is that a hero point?
You know what? Fine. Hero point, yeah.
I also have a 6.
In the fireplace, you find ashes. Though not wood ash. Seems
It's on burnt
paper? Possibly, there's remnants of leather too. A book must have been burned.
Would have burned a book. Let's see, lift up the carpet, see if there's anything under there. For it to be disturbed in such a way.
Alright, give me a roll. Let's see. Investigate, man.
Well, Aether found something.
Let's see. Aethif, this carpet makes more sense. It was used to cover up actual tracks, though these ones are a bit wider, a bit deeper. They're not spider footprints, but they're not regular footprints either. Something was dragged along here, probably?
He says all this in a very intellectual way.
Like a body was dragged, kind of.
Perhaps.
No, seems too narrow to be a body, at least Car's body.
They burned a book and they dragged something out of here.
Something out of your study.
Well, it
Oh,
could've
and it
been-
is out of your study from within.
Yeah. So I've been dragged out into the halls.
Yep. No, the halls are spotless.
Of course. So I guess there are other rooms that we have to search here. Seeing Chun-Ha just come out of the bath.
She was just
The
exploring.
the bath would be empty, by the way. There's no water in the
There is
in the
now.
bath.
I guess.
I'm not sure what that's implying, but I'd prefer not to know.
Or it wasn't here. There's no way that it could fill up with that much water in that amount of time. Well, guess we're opening another one of the secret doors.
You poke around a bit. You never quite remembered which one of the bricks it is, and you found it. The hidden door slides open.
Just put it in between the walls.
It's in the walls. It's in the walls. It's in the walls.
Alright, what's changed in this room?
You find your meeting room, as it were. The mirror used to conduct the long-range communication, covered with a cloth. The book on the pedestal missing.
Like when people put like a piece of duct tape over their cameras on their laptops. Doesn't want the feds to spy on him, so he covers his magic mirror.
Don't want the magic feds to magic spy on him.
Book was burned, likely. There's no... Are there any signs of things being dragged into or out of this room?
Give me a roll to see if you remember.
Roll to member is 6.
Yes.
Car is very nostalgic.
That weird carpet covering the mirror wasn't there. It's not your carpet.
Carpetbagger.
Removing the carpet from the mirror.
All right. The mirror seems not there.
They took the fucking
the-
mirror.
The frame is here, but the mirror itself gone.
Huh.
Oh my god, I can't see my reflection in it.
You must be a vampire now. Congratulations. Carr immediately interrogates Elle. It seems you've done a swell job of preserving the place. Components of an artifact are missing.
I've not been in this room. I've left it as it was. And I can assure you nobody else has been in here either.
And you have helped with chakra to conceal my body, but you have no idea about who performed such an act.
No. only one of us was stationed to stay with you here that night, and I believe it was Lumina, though I doubt she would have done it.
Especially not going so far as to take away items of magic variety.
Say,
If she wanted-
Lumina found the
if-
body.
Lumina
in
was
the,
the one
study.
who reported his body, yes.
Fucking self-reports.
If she wanted to steal something, the mirror is not the most valuable thing that was in here.
Yeah, why would you need to steal something?
Well, the mirror's missing, so and it's not like it was shattered on the floor or anything. It's straight
Need
up
or
missing.
want are two different things.
Seem to have some trouble reflecting on this.
Nothing else is disturbed in the room, right?
Nope.
We're all there.
So many things are disturbed in this room. Got it.
Exactly.
All right, opening the door to the kitchen.
He starts to wonder why all your doors are made of wall.
The important.
Why do you
rooms are made of
keep
wall.
everything hidden? The kitchen.
What are you hiding?
Starts to
A
question
sort of-
if you couldn't afford more textures or something.
Somewhat stale smell comes from the kitchen. Though it's not rotting, it's just
You'd imagine the food would have been taken out.
yeah.
And
Why's Birdie in your walls?
I don't know. Just leave him there. He likes it there. What? Let's see.
Oh. I thought you didn't take Bertie along.
No, he didn't.
No, he
Which is
didn't.
why I'm wondering why he's in your walls.
All right, is
I'm
there?
looking for magic metal.
They're not in the walls.
He's a crackhead. Someone
Hi,
told him
man.
there's magic
Hi,
metal
man.
in the.
All right, Carl
was-
looks
he-
around this room for any signs of anything.
He's a spy. He must be the guy destabilizing the country right now.
Check that.
You crack open the crate that usually conceals the lever
The
to
steel
the.
crate?
Well, no, it's
Okay.
not steel.
The steel.
The lever that the crate that usually conceals the entrance to your meeting room, at least from this side, and seems to have been flicked from this side before you even came.
Someone access it from the kitchen. They took the really long way around from the study then. How many people were brought into the meeting room?
Usually it was only you. Occasionally Al joined you, but
So really, two people would know the lever's location. Well, aside from
I
their other
mean, the
investigations.
servants occasionally saw you use it, though no servants were found here that night.
Got no servants in the castle.
Getting lazy just because they died off.
The small pond outside.
Outside, uncovered, free to the elements. Probably not gonna preserve much.
Maybe.
Well, I guess searching around wouldn't hurt.
Well, give me a roll, giver.
Roll giving, of course.
6.
No. Oh, you have bonus to perception.
Yes.
We have the sword saint with us that bears no swords.
She bears one sword. Soon.
Sworded saint.
What?
She has yet to write a letter to the Absolute.
Let's see. What do you find? Inside the lake, you find a weird bag. Are you gonna go dive down to get it?
After taking off the expensive parts of her clothes, she jumps into the pond and gets it, yes.
You try pulling on it. And you finally manage to get it out. And what's inside appears to be a maid outfit.
Ha!
Someone disguised themselves as a servant. Either that, or was really embarrassed about their cosplaying habits.
Starts to suspect it's cars.
Is there anything familiar about a maid outfit that Car can remember?
Well, it's so old and soaked through that it's like it's a miracle you can even recognize it as a maid outfit anymore.
It was made that way.
Just said that.
Car dives into
So it's a good thing Willand practices the maid program, right?
Shut up, you're in the walls.
We can get him some fucking healthcare.
Alright, done with a fresh of breath air for more confusing clues. Guess might as well step into the ballroom. Just
The ballroom is
Even
empty,
just to
this shouldn't
see.
be here.
yeah, just to see how empty it is.
Yes, the big stained glass window, which should be stained glass instead of wall. Hold on.
You bake
Ah, you're
this
gonna
month,
turn the
you
entire
use
wall
maid
red.
oil.
Got it.
Well, that's the color you chose for this place. All right, don't fucking and don't at me for this shit. You chose this.
Car, are you a vampire? You seem to like the color red.
Vampire.
I did not build the church I was wedded in.
Al blushes
The wall
Why is she blushing?
because he likes the color red.
My wife cannot be this
You
cute.
George in the window.
You see specters of George haunting you through the window.
He's also
God,
red.
that's terrible. He's also red, yeah.
It's camouflage. You
I'm
can't see me.
I can't believe you left him on red like that.
I can.
All right, I'm ending the session. Thank you very much.
Man, okay, it's been fun, guys. All right, we'll see you next week.
Physically painful.
Please remember that all of Arcane is endorsed and sponsored, actually, by Aiden Paladin.
Alright, so I guess
Always
just
has-
continuing back through to get
The
through the
dining room.
individual bedrooms.
Yeah.
I'm just a wild guess, there's nothing special in the dining room.
Let's see. Give me a roll.
I didn't find
damn.
shit, Aethith did.
Car's
If this is-
convinced that something happened in this dining room. God damn it! It's important.
Should
it has
agree.
to
And what does Aethith know happened?
be.
Eight.
Aethith's definitely convinced that they're retarded.
Ah,
No. God, they took a real roundabout fucking path, in doing all the things they did. They took a mirror out through the kitchens area. They didn't leave any trace to the dining room, so they had to have come through here. They threw out a singular.
What do you mean?
makeup outfit.
You think they you absolutely for sure think they left the traces in the dining room?
Look,
Uh,
the
I-
murder
I'll-
actually happened in the dining room.
I'll take
Your
I'll
corpse
take
was also brought over.
I'll take my time explaining to him every flaw in his analysis of the dining room as needed.
Don't you
But does
see
he
all this
listen to
red?
you? Or are you
That's
or
just
are you a
nuts.
subversive element that's trying to undermine Will?
Well,
But
considering how
he
useful-
is, but
when you consider how he's figured out almost everything on this investigation.
almost everything, yes. Well, I guess
No,
Move
that line
over.
is there because wood it normally has lines. That doesn't mean something was dragged there.
So moving along here, the servant's entrance is completely closed, right? Locked and closed.
The servant's entrance is, yeah, locked and closed.
I believe you locked
Okay.
him in all that time.
Well, they have their own fucking building, but it's lower down.
Well, a couple of them have rooms in this specifically. If you need
Oh
something
no,
during the night,
those
right?
are for the wives or guests. Servants don't get whole rooms up here. They have servants' quarters.
Damn, not even.
Yeah, that's why
Well-
there's a servants' entrance.
You enter this hallway. Nothing of note seems to catch your eye, which is weird because you're definitely sure they went through the fucking dining room.
Well, they can always go out to there, but that also leaves the question: there's a fucking cliff. How could they walk away with the fucking mirror not going through any of the rooms? Oh, you put a new, let's see, this one's just a small guest room.
Yep.
This
hate your
was
guests.
Terry's room.
This was a much larger. Well, it was a guest room, though Terry primarily used it.
Yep, had furs and hunting trophies in there.
Yep. Furs, hunting trophies. Strange that there's no hunting trophies other than the rug here, though.
Has that rug always been there?
Probably, you think? I mean,
Why remove the other
Terry kept
trophies?
bringing new shit in. Well, Elle mentions that Terry had her trophies brought with her. She's not sure why the rug is still here.
Guess search around the rug for paranoia. 5.
The rug's stuck to the floor.
Excuse me.
It wasn't cleaned properly when you and Terry were busy.
Well, whatever the reason, it appears to be really stuck on there, and pulling at it seems to give you no yield.
But it's like stuck there, like seam to seam.
More or less, it's almost welded into the floor.
Seemingly.
Is there any magic about for that?
I'm sure you could ask. Not that
Or
you
is it
know. What? Why would you need servant magic for ruling a country?
Why would the fucking carpet, or why would the rug be welded to the fucking floor if not by magic?
It is rather strange.
Starts to wonder.
And
if
it's
you've
not
ever
like
heard of
Terry
building.
used magic.
That is true. Terry wasn't a magician. And give me a. Actually, none of you have knowledge biology. Fuck you. No, you don't. Give me anything.
Yeah, we don't have that fucking pervert from Delicious in Dungeon with us.
That shame that none of you have knowledge biology. But womp womp. Moving on.
It's a mimic.
Moving on.
So even if I like try pulling all around it with my multitude of limbs, nothing happens.
It is stuck to the floor by the seam.
I
Yep.
could try to burn it away.
What if I try to just cut it off?
You could attempt.
Okay.
Yeah, attempt it.
I'll just use a kind of a more ordinary knife for this purpose, but yes.
You try to slide the knife under it. You manage to get some leeway. You start pulling, and the part that you were trying to cut under just falls off. The rest is still stuck to the floor.
It is not a single pelt.
Well, it is. It's just old and falling apart and stuck to the floor.
The leather doesn't
So, in
bond
other
to
words, I
fucking
made-
stone.
In other words, I've made progress.
You could attempt to entirely eviscerate the carpet, I suppose.
Well, good thing I have a bunch of extra limbs. Alright.
Yeah, whatever evidence
After,
is under there was probably destroyed by now.
After Aethif eviscerates the carpet entirely, he finds absolutely nothing under the carpet.
Alright, eviscerate the carpet then, Bright.
Fine.
There you go.
Carpet eviscerated. I hope you're happy, Aethif.
Needs to be out of there anyway to redecorate. Odd, I remember a chest being in that room, but I didn't remember that she had 2 desks.
Where's
Well,
the
it's a
chest
set of
out there
drawers
she
and a
left?
desk. One could hardly argue that she had a chest during life, anyways.
Terry had a chest. Thank you very much.
It was, well, compared to your other wives, it wasn't much.
True enough. I guess going back around, checking the other bedrooms once more for anything. First stop, L's room.
L walks in.
Oh, L. she never wanted her own bedroom.
After huffing, she reluctantly enters what you assigned as her room.
It was assigned a long time ago.
It's empty. Nothing's really left in here.
Not a single memento left.
I mean, there's the bed, but it hardly ever saw use. Yes, that's a bed nightstand. There's nothing
Is there
in
anything in it?
it. No.
Anything behind it?
No.
Anything under it?
Dust.
So, let's check the clues that we have. The secret study was accessed by someone that was disguising their footprints. Carr was killed roughly in this area. They left the study this way, dragging something, not his body, something else, out of the room. On a separate visit, after the body was moved and this place was shut down, the mirror was moved out.
Well, not necessarily a separate visit.
Could have been the same.
Could have been the same, yes.
But these happen in 2 different directions with 2 different rooms.
True.
And there's no signs of anything out in the hallway. There's no signs of anything in the dining room, which there very well should be, obviously.
It's
very important room.
What do you mean? There's signs in the dining room. There has to be. You're not going mad.
But the book from the pedestal was burnt.
The book was burned. The mirror was taken.
Could the mirror have been taken first and then Carr was killed?
I mean, give me a roll.
Might be easier if you just remember dying.
Here, die. Fuck it.
You were killed by with the mirror.
If they were to take the mirror first, then it would make sense that something was dragged along here. Though,
So why would you bring the
it
mirror?
would take Yeah, and it would take an awful lot of strength to not just drag it through here as well. So you're looking for someone incredibly strong with spikes on their legs, or
Or the ability
Spider
to
things.
disguise the spikes on legs.
yes, or the ability to disguise themselves.
Well. Shit.
The harpies and the wolves are out, likely. The mermaids as well.
Well, no, the mermaids are out. Chakra is allegedly out. Really, it's either group effort by Harpy and Werewolf or something else going on.
Do you honestly think that the harpies could give you the secret?
Well, some Harpies are smarter than others. Like to
I heard a
imagine,
harpy recently.
like to imagine Riff is one of them.
Recently
you'd
heard
like
a
to
harpy
imagine.
screaming about some affair going on between nobles.
That's not of Car's interest. Guess returning to, well, going to the library for now, seeing if this place is completely undisturbed.
Give me a roll.
Okay.
Nine.
Well, Aether found
I
something.
wouldn't say. Hold on. What's your magic knowledge?
2.
Oh, I was thinking perception.
Yours is 2.
So it's
Looking
4
around-
total.
Yeah, looking around your bookcases, something seems off, but you're not sure exactly what. Possibly one of the books is missing, though.
Or something's out of order.
Yeah, which one? You're not sure because you didn't roll high enough.
So, what was it?
Oh, he can't tell.
Do I?
Can I add to my
Uh,
roll with magic?
Suppose you could attempt to discern.
Discern. Use magic. Search the mind.
6.
You think back on it, and you remember keeping these bookshelves alphabetized, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find what exactly you were looking for, and then it hits you. The book on long-range communication is gone. The thing that would be discussing your mirror.
Why would that be taken?
And other divination techniques, of course.
Was the mirror really that special?
It wasn't a unique artifact. After all, you need 2 to communicate at the very least. But they were decently common for the nobility of Willand.
Someone at the very least wanted to make sure that there would be no immediate communication from this, from the castle.
In that case, you could have just smashed it.
Could be that they wanted to impersonate as someone from this castle.
Give me another magic knowledge roll.
All the skill rolls.
Did my game crash? No.
No, it's just massive
What was
lag.
I
happening?
saw frozen midair. That was cool.
Yep, that 4 again.
Man, if you had that book, you'd sure know what's happening.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be the case?
Wouldn't that be the case?
Then it wouldn't be happening.
Fuck it, burning more mana this time, a king.
King has inherent AoE, so I suppose everyone sees your thought process.
Big dragon titties.
Big dragon titties, big dragon titties, big fish titties, big wolf titties, big bird titties, other things. Oh, right, that's what he's looking for. Scrying, divination.
It feels
If
like
they
you
had
got a weird insight to adulthood.
Yep. If someone had smashed the mirror, even a fragment of it left behind could potentially tell you who the last person contacted was.
So someone used the mirror after offing car. And
It's
they
very
took it
likely
away.
someone used the mirror after offing you, yes, and covered their tracks.
And it was a single person because it was a single outfit that was thrown away in the waters there. And they didn't traverse. It's someone incredibly strong, didn't traverse through the halls.
The halls not being traversed through isn't necessarily a given. The halls themselves are made of a material that wouldn't really show if anyone had passed. The reason you can tell as easily as you can in your study is because it's a different type of stone. They could have potentially walked through the halls, but you can't be sure.
Where else would we go to find clues on all this stuff?
You could go back and examine the room with the mirror in it.
Give me a logic roll.
That is going to turn out terribly.
Yes.
Yep. Why the fuck is it just keep rolling 2? I hate these fucking walls.
Okay, no hints.
Yep, no hints.
Actually, hold on. Aethif, you have thievery of 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you could figure that if they did drag the mirror all the way through your study after killing you, they probably made the call first. No point in dragging it all this way if they could just descend down the cliff outside rather than walking back and possibly being revealed.
Brings this up.
But the mirror was the entire castle away, essentially. There's...
Yes. The contact happened first, or whatever happened with the mirror happened first, and then everything else came after.
Yeah, so they contacted in this room. Did the deed.
Then dragged them...
Came back.
No. They possibly dragged the mirror the entire time.
Why, though?
Why indeed?
So, it may not be someone incredibly smart.
Or it may be someone very paranoid.
Someone that's able to conceal themselves to look like a spider at the very least. Well, for a period of time, but why the maid outfit? It's not like the maid outfits were fit for spiders.
It's unusual, to say the least. Especially considering you can't see them dragging the mirror anywhere but from your room to outside. Let's see another logic roll.
It's gonna be fucking 2 again.
Yes. Ah, no, it's a one.
No, it's a 1, yeah. Well, any help from Elle, or
mean-
is she completely silent on everything?
Elle's just letting you think, I guess. Though, suppose I could roll for her. Let's see. So she's not useless. She's still useless, because none of you are...
Getting a 6.
I mean, you do still have that other hero point.
Fine.
Right. You figured that you didn't go down without a fight, and it's very possible that they were strong enough to carry the mirror before they got to you, and not strong enough to carry it after they got to you.
They would have left some trace in that case, though. Well, maybe not with his magic, though.
Maybe not with your particular brand of magic, no.
So they're weakened after. But we couldn't really see what prints they made. We saw what the impression of their prints looked like when the attack began, but not after.
After studying the prints more carefully, you could notice that there are a lot fewer prints in this area than there are going this way. It appears they were stumbling after encountering you.
But not like the shape or anything.
Not the shape wasn't different.
The shape isn't different, but the amount of does
The
it
amount
appear
of
to be many
footprints
more
is...
legged creatures stumbling?
Well, you'd say it's still a two-legged creature, though,
The way that's stumbling.
yeah, the way it's stumbling.
Oh,
Because
Harpy's
it's unlikely,
ruled out.
it's unlikely that it's a spider anyway, because they could have just carried the mirror on their back.
Or not left any prints at all climbing on the walls or a ceiling.
True. Why would a spider use the floor if they were planning to be sneaky?
Well, and considering that mermaids and Elle here have tails, would leave a different kind of
Leave a
impression
different-
also.
Yeah.
That leaves Wolf and the human.
Elspeth isn't strong enough, if it came from within.
Elspeth wasn't here that night. She wasn't here a lot of the time.
Lumina was
remarks.
here, but she found the body and reported it.
Yep.
And that only leaves one person with the strength to do something like that.
Of course, if she was walking, you'd see more than just what appear to be knives walking.
Unless she had a shoe of some kind.
Perhaps, but she wasn't a fan of those. What with wolf feet?
She had toe beans. Oh. And would a harpy really walk and carry things?
They're holding something heavy, yes.
Well, the harpy's unlikely to fly if she's carrying something heavy, though.
I just said that.
But single
Yeah.
points.
Single points wouldn't be, yeah, she'd have talons. Of course, this is all imagining that, one of the wives did you in themselves. Why would they when they could hire assassins? It's not like they were out of funds.
Well, hire. That doesn't really help the identifying a killer, though. If only.
Well, it helps you narrow down the killer to probably not any of your wives. Or at least not directly.
Humanoid shape, wore a maid outfit that night.
You were killed by a woman.
Well, not necessarily. Anyone can wear a maid outfit.
Yes, but it wouldn't.
And,
be very
and apparently,
convincing
since there are no
disguise.
servants actually working here,
It is
anyone could have
odd that
just
there were no
appeared.
servants. Yeah, it is odd that there were no servants. There should have been.
Yeah, who could have possibly called away servants at the time?
Well, El perks up and says, "You called them away."
And why did I do that?
It was a suicide.
I'm not sure. I thought you had something planned. I wasn't here anyways, so didn't seem that odd.
Would Carr have any recollection of doing so?
No. In fact, you prefer to be weighted on hand and foot, I believe.
Someone impersonated me.
A shapeshifter, perhaps? Are there creatures with knife feet that can do that?
Been working really hard to try to
give me-
convince you it wasn't me.
Give me
I
a
don't have
roll.
I don't have the racism skill, so this is going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
Weak.
6. My racism is strong enough.
Well, let's see.
Not natural. You
knife-
just tried really hard this time.
The knife feet are weird, but in theory, a changeling could have done it, of some variety. Though your wager is much more on the type of mask that Aethif has than
Than a shapeshifter itself.
yeah, shapeshifters are rather rare. And those few that exist don't have any reason to work as assassins, when they could be literally anybody. In fact, if it was a shapeshifter, they're half as likely to just pretend to be you after killing you.
Well, if someone pretended to be Carr for the express purpose of starting that night, calling away the servants.
Yep.
Elle didn't find this odd while she was away off in the capital, I'm guessing. Lumina was off somewhere.
No, Lumina was meant to be here, or rather, Lumina was the one who reported your body. She
Was she
was
meant to
here
be here,
with
though?
you. I mean, it's possible that whoever killed you didn't expect her to be here. Oh, also, the shapeshifter seems rather unlikely, what with the fake maid outfit.
Yeah, they could just...
They just
their
make
own.
the maid outfit themselves, yeah.
Well, I don't know if there's anything more we can find in here.
Well, you can conclude that whatever killed you wasn't the wives.
Not directly, which makes it difficult. Cold cases are tough when you're not a master.
100-year-old cold cases are very tough. Yes.
Is there any point in solving it now?
Many points, yes. Crucial and dire to the state of the
Specifically,
coronation.
the point that was in his spine.
Because what's to say that the whoever did it doesn't have the wherewithal to do it again, pass down their lineage?
Who's to say whoever did it isn't still alive?
Who's to say?
I mean, could be an elf. Unlikely, but it could be.
Elves are knife ears, not knife legs.
Elves are knives all around. And mostly wood.
Of course you would.
No, like wood as in trees, not wood as in wood.
So elves are literally wood.
Yes. At least the pure ones. Closer
Really?
to dryads, really.
Were there
than
many
conventional
elves in Willand at that period of time?
There are not many elves anywhere. Except
True.
like one fuck off island that they keep to themselves at.
That fuck off island being
Far away from Willen.
good. Keep the knife
Republic
ears off the
territory,
shores.
in fact. Changes its Republic territory, huh?
Oh, boys, I'm gonna be going to war against the Republic. Shame that the Compact has to survive a bit longer. With its inferior brand of racism.
Inferior brand of races.
Yeah, it's a not lasting brand of racism.
Of course you'd wager it wasn't actually an elf. Though, if you wanted to start a war, this would be a good excuse to do so.
I was murdered 100
Yeah, but the
years
Republic
ago.
already started a war without having any just cause for anything, so it's not the Republic.
They were not starting a war, they were keeping the peace.
Yeah, they
The
just
special
charged into the
keeping their
territory,
peace by
took over.
destroying their neighbors' peace.
Special military operation, thank you very much.
Look, there were riots. They were
Exactly.
worried about the riots pouring over to their territory. They had to stop it.
It was a response to your imperialistic goals.
Carr's
Look.
thinking has
Insert
stalled
American
on this
excuse
matter.
number 5. Insert Russian excuse number 4.
So he's going to be
Well-
looking into what research that he was doing that was stalled, see if he can remember some of the night itself.
Well, let's see. You remember, give me a roll. Let's see what you remember. It has been a while, after all.
Vanel can't be any help on this one. That's a 3. That's going to give me nothing, right?
It's not a difficult roll. You remember, trying to refine the binding ritual that, you had a couple of your wives under, at the time? Share more of their power, shall we say. Though, you weren't making any progress. And, a maid had used the library, entrance to, bring you some refreshments. And then you got stabbed in the back.
Stabbed
And
in the
then you fought
back,
back.
but then he fought back. Does he remember the physique of the maid?
Seemed to be a regular maid, though with the puffy dresses you can't really see the legs.
What about the hands?
It seemed to be regular hands.
Human hands?
Probably.
What do you mean
Or at
probably?
least disguised as human.
Yeah. It's good to know that this investigation has nothing.
Well, you found some clues and some very odd things.
Odd things, some clues that lead to nowhere.
Perhaps time to start looking in other places.
But what other places? Because the murder happens here. And there's nothing left behind that would discern a next location. There's no meeting location. Whoever it was communicated with someone from afar that had a magic mirror and had the wherewithal to just take the mirror and also burn well, not just one, but 2 books having to do with magical communication. But they didn't really feel the need to disturb the research. and they didn't make it
Seems
present.
to you seems to you they weren't after the research.
And they didn't really make it about and whoever did it was a personal because they made someone else do the murdering while they are off and away.
Well, there is a witness you can try and find,
Mari?
I suppose.
Because Elle wasn't there.
Elle wasn't there. You could try and find Lumina.
Well, time to see if Pierre has breathing equipment that could be used. Time to go visit
Suppose it
a
is.
certain crypt.
Now, I had originally had a battle map planned for the crypt, though it's not ready and it's not really going to be necessary.
Coolio.
So, let's transition off of this place. Back to back to Willen, shall we? Ah, the mirror is still here. Wait, why the fuck's the mirror still here? Remove the mirror. What? How dare you?
I tried to restore the mirror.
No. Mirror
Illusion,
denied.
what are you hiding?
Alright. You make your way to where Delvin and Pierre are doing their research things. You barge in. Say, make me a potion maker.
You
They ask
can't
what
handle
kind
my
of
potions.
potion. You can't
I need
handle
your
my potion,
strongest
but what kind of potion?
I'm going into battle. I
Look,
need your strongest potion.
My strongest potions killed the last 30 people to touch it. You don't need my strongest potion.
No, I'm not going to do it. A potion for breathing underwater.
Pierre thinks for a bit and says, wouldn't killing yourself just be easier?
No.
Fine, I'll concoct something. Can't be too focused on my military research, can I? And off he goes, and about half an hour later of you just waiting, looking around the workshop,
Why do you need to breathe
he-
underwater? Sorry, you interrupted. Go on.
because the crypt of his fish wife is underwater.
Yeah, it's a family crypt.
Yes. Older than Welland, practically. It's ancient.
Oh, George has one of these.
Yours would
Older
be,
than his
yours would
crypt.
seem yours would seem young in comparison.
Oh, absolutely. But still quick.
In any case, he comes back with a bluish looking potion. It has a nice fizz to it.
Oh, good, a fizzy drink. Just what I need for tomb raiding.
Don't drink it until you actually dive underwater, because you can't breathe air until it runs out, or at least not regular air. You're gonna have to breathe water.
Noted. And what is the duration?
It should buy you around 3 hours.
Dives into the wrong pool, uses it. Shit.
Fair enough.
Just has to stay down there for 3 hours.
Off to the opera house, I guess.
Well, Chan is not
and,
coming with you to the other city. She doesn't fancy getting wet underwater.
I imagine she actually fancies getting wet, just not underwater.
Now, is Eighth of you coming along for this adventure? Or are you also
He can breathe underwater without assistance, so yeah.
exactly? And Elle can't go into the crypt, I guess.
Al isn't allowed, though it's
It-
high chance that Aethif won't be allowed either.
Aethif has a mask.
Yep.
You remember what River looks like, right?
Indeed, I assume. If I ever met this person,
Yes,
There we go.
It's the fish woman.
easily done.
It's
That.
it's one of the fish women.
Talon's soon-to-be wife, I guess.
Take a
Anyway,
step
you
away
make
from
your
me
way
hearing
back.
that.
Look, she's the only family member he could plausibly do this with.
Anyway, we're meeting
In
with
any
the
case,
Opera House proprietress. What was her name again? That was something Mari.
Mona.
Mona Mari.
Yes,
She would be.
You, of course. Well, are you going to interrupt the performance, or are you going to take a bit of time and listen?
Oh, wait. Sorry. Was this like an opera thing or something?
Yes,
have
the
to
same
go
opera
through the
house
opera
you,
house,
again, yes. The same
Well-
opera house you announced your.
Oh no, he's gonna
presence
interrupt the
despite her.
performance again.
Yeah, boy.
Hold on, are you disguised as yourself, or like?
I was thinking of disguising as another noble.
Car's
Well-
right there with you, so whatever you plan on doing, you best have a pretty good explanation for it.
Look, I
Oh, you need
really
this
have to
interrupted, right?
distract people.
You need this interrupted, right?
No.
He could just wait.
It'll take a short amount of time for the performance to be over because we have to talk to the woman that's doing the singing.
Well, at some point during
You
it, during the
hear from
Oh, go on.
you hear from one of the the other attendees. Oh, short time? No, this is a 3-day marathon, my friend.
Right.
So he starts to grin.
Actually, the king is
It's a
missing. Why the fuck
grand
are they
epic.
holding a...
It's a grand epic.
So,
Why are they holding a 3-day opera? Because this is an opera house and it has to stay in business.
Well,
It's not
The-
funded by the government. It's funded by tickets.
they're buying out the opera house for the day.
This could be shut down much cheaper.
Yeah, but it would cause such a panic, wouldn't it?
It's
And you
being
don't
bought
want
out for
that.
3 hours.
You can't buy a ticket for 3 hours.
It-
Besides, people already bought their tickets. They'd be pretty upset.
well, they're going to be upset for 3 fucking hours.
Well,
Because the opera house itself is being bought out for that time.
No, the fuck it isn't. Mona's not gonna let you do that. Unless, you can make it worth their while.
he grins again.
That's what
Properly
buying out
compensated.
is, right?
Yes, but,
Some people need things more than money.
look.
Well, Mona can take her time away to get from the opera house just to have this conversation with me. We can inform her, yes, I need to visit my dead wife. It is crucial.
Okay.
She sighs, but seemingly understands. I hope you pay the favor back when I call upon it. And goes behind the large statue of who was it? Lumina, I think.
Yeah.
She pulls a secret lever in a place that you remember pulling Lumina before, though you don't mention it.
Uh-huh.
And a staircase downwards opens up. As you descend,
Actually,
the-
before descending, even. Car.
it's not wet yet.
Car speaks. Car speaks to Mona about the favor that she brought up. And what might an enchanting woman such as yourself ask a favor of me for?
Well, I have some friends who would possibly like recognition in the government. You know how it is. The religious sort. They're tired of the spiders having the only influence on religion in this region.
I would have
Goddamn, if I
interrupted
didn't
this
need
for free.
Sally as a fucking barometer right now. Friends of a religious sort. I suppose no personal favors aside from that are doable.
Well, I'm a woman who hardly wants for anything. After all, this opera house keeps me living better than most nobility. And all I have to do is share my wonderful singing voice with the people.
Very well, I shall hear your request when you call upon it.
She
Until then,
she
you have my
ushers you
gratitude.
forward. She ushers you forward. Though she stops halfway down the stairs herself, says that she's not really comfortable disturbing the dead, and that you should be careful because, well, there are some rumors about an ancient weapon down there that's liable to sink the entire city if it's disturbed.
Not really.
She doesn't buy it. She doesn't buy it. Of course, it's all hogwash. But
Which means it's definitely there. Your caution is thoughtful.
Wouldn't do with the new king getting hurt, especially not on my watch.
I have a trusty river at my side. I shan't let anyone be harmed today.
There's a nod.
She doesn't think much of it, but River is being awful quiet today.
Awful quiet.
Anyways,
Unseemly quiet.
she must just be depressed for being away from Talon. That's it.
That would do that to River, I guess.
A single tear
Anyways.
drips out.
Anyways, good luck down there.
All right,
Hopefully you won't need it.
diving under.
Yes.
This
You
is
keep
a
walking
day
down
later, right?
Well, it takes you about a day to travel that far.
Oh, so there was rest in
It's,
between. Got it.
Yes, there was. Though I'm planning on making Hero Die a per session thing. I swear to God.
Well, you gave me a whole lot more rolls than prior sessions, so.
True. Anyways, you make your way downwards. The polished marble soon gives way to a sort of bluish stone. The entire underwater temple looks imposing. It's the light streaming from somewhere that you can't exactly tell illuminates the surface, though beneath is a lot darker.
It's just a deep, dark dungeon beyond the stairwell.
Well, the top of the surface of the it's almost a lake, really. The surface of the water in the dungeon is well illuminated.
All right, well,
Sunlight streaming from somewhere.
I make a light with magic and go down after consuming the potion.
You chug the potion, cast your spell, and take a dive in. It's a cylinder going downwards. It almost a cone shape. Each it separated into layers, of course. Each layer having coffins lining it end to end. Different family members, as it were. There doesn't seem to be a particular order to how they were placed, so give me a roll to try and find Lumina.
I suppose they don't have names carved into stone.
They do. It's just there's a ton of coffins. It's not just one or two. It's you'd wager hundreds of people down here.
Alright, 5. Also, the mermaids, not
They are people. Fuck you.
people.
You and your +2 racism.
So you acknowledge it.
I'm talking about you in person, not
Oh, sorry, more racism than the GIF. Got it.
Anyways, you search a little, or you search around for a while, and you are able to find where she is. The gravestones do have a sort of pattern to them, though. What it's based on, you're not sure. After finding Lumina's grave, you can swim down to it. Though you haven't removed any of your equipment, so swimming is a bit of an issue, or a pain at the very least.
No, it's not like he's heavily. Well, no, armor wouldn't really prevent him much because it was just a breastplate they had.
It's still unpleasant to swim in it, as it is in most clothing.
I bet, yeah. And the fact that his clothing is constantly getting dry underwater is fantastic, I guess.
Well, what do? You find the grave.
Right.
It's a closed casket.
Car inspects.
You were told not to disturb the bodies.
Car inspects the site around it, looking, just seeing how well it's preserved, if there's anything growing nearby.
There's some strangely colorful algae. Some of it's bioluminescent almost, though it's more that it's reflecting the magic light you're casting than it's using its own light. It's rather well decorated for underwater foliage.
Is the aside from the name, is the tomb marked in any way? Like no.
Well,
no
the lid
impressions or
has the lid has her figure on top of it.
Car lays a hand upon the figure and prays for a moment.
No one answers.
Of course not, yeah. Then he wants to attempt the spirit summoning ritual.
You would need to actually be able to touch the bones. So you'd have to crack open the coffin.
Aethif, check to see if there's any mechanism or trap involved with lifting this.
Alright, he will thoroughly examine this.
Let's see a roll. Let's see you thoroughly examine this.
Eight.
The coffin itself isn't trapped.
But
You sense a faint air of magic from within, though. It might be the contents themselves that are trapped.
if explains this.
So would there be any investigation Carr can do on whether or not just opening up the coffin would cause the magic to go off?
Aethif would say no, and you're likely to believe him because he's good at this type of thing.
Well, I'm gonna remove the lid of the sarcophagus.
The lid is rather heavy, but you manage somehow.
Okay.
And inside are bones. They appear to be surrounded by a glowing circle of sorts. Some sort of runic protection spell, as far as you can tell.
Oh, do you want me to do any rolling on knowing precisely?
Well, what do you want to do with it?
Well, I just want to know what the...
No, you don't.
Don't know much about it. Let's see.
It's some sort of runic protection spell, as far as you can tell.
And that's pretty much it. Well, it hasn't stopped the body from decaying.
Well, it's a skeleton, so yeah.
Well, decaying to the point of being a skeleton, yeah.
Yep.
Because it's not like she was brought here as a skeleton.
True. And real.
Now would performing the ritual involve physically touching the body?
Yes, it would. You have to at least you have to touch at least one of the bones.
Could I use a spell to put the circle into like some form of stasis to delay whatever the effects are? Or delay whatever.
It's difficult to tell. It's difficult to tell if you could because you don't even know what it does. You could give me a magic knowledge roll. All right. You can attempt to follow the magic to its source. Perhaps seems to be pooling towards the bottom of the funnel, as it were.
Okay. Guess we'll do that, leaving the lid open for now.
All right, a bit of swimming, a bit
off
of effort.
switch for the security system.
And you find a large gemstone down there. It's glowing, though you couldn't tell previously because the water doesn't carry the light.
Sorry, I lost connection. What do you find down there?
It's
Glowing
a
crystal.
sort of gemstone. Yeah, you're not sure what it does yet, so give me a roll.
4.
I don't know. Is this perception? In
Mm.
which case, 7.
No, it's a magic knowledge thing.
Then 4.
That's for. Let's see. Would you know? I suppose 4 is a basic success.
If it's more
appears
esoteric,
prime-
knowledge into it, or magic into it.
It
Enhanced
appears
recollection.
primed with a destructive spell, though it's, by your estimations, pointed wrong. It shouldn't be pointing downwards. Why would it be pointing downwards?
Well, to sink the fucking city, I guess. It is a poorly designed mermaid trap. Now, is there a way to disarm it? Is the question.
Hmm.
Or at least disarm a portion of it, if not the entire thing.
Well, it doesn't seem to be particularly embedded into the wall or anything. You could just move it. Hell, you could pocket it if you wanted to, though.
Hey, do you want to steal a crystal?
Okay, he's gonna start looking around for some other more valuable crystal.
It's mostly stone around here, so if you count those as crystals.
Find something
Which
of
they
similar
technically are.
weight and and
That didn't
eyeball it.
actually work for him.
Well, Aethif, you with your knowledge of thievery would know that this is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, he doesn't feel like doing it.
Car, you could probably attempt to just put the entire crystal into stasis and hope it lasts long enough.
Can we do the same thing for just that one point of the magic?
You could attempt cutting the magic, though you figured that's what triggered the crystal.
Alright, fine. Princess of Pinnacles good enough?
I suppose it is. You lock the gem in a sort of hibernation.
Yep. And back to...
Its glow dulls.
Alright, then back to seeing over Lumina.
Right. Now that the glowing circle isn't there anymore, you get a more close look at the bones. Give me a roll.
Okay. Does it even look like Lumina?
Well, see, that's the thing. It's wrong. You know from Lumina's life that she was a pirate, and she got into plenty of scuffles, broke plenty of bones, though these are pristine. Not a fracture on them. No places where the bones would have regrown to heal stronger, as it were.
The fuckers took his wife's body.
In fact, looking at it more closely, these aren't bones at all. They're just very highly detailed stonework.
Well, it's a twist.
Or is ever the more ready to actually just sink this fucking city?
You didn't even want me to
Let's
interrupt
see.
the opera.
Aethif rolled a 6 on that one, so I'll say, Aethif, on the inside on one of the fake ribs, you find an engraved signature of your guess masonry company.
Your guess masonry company?
Well, you're guessing it's a masonry company. It
Ah.
doesn't seem to be a name, but it's not exactly well, it couldn't be anything else really.
Someone's trademark.
Points
Yeah.
this out. It says made in China.
Made in Hagen.
Car is punching a fucking wall.
Well, you have a lead to go off of.
This could just be what happens to them after they die.
What, they get branded by a mason company? They turn to stone and get branded?
Yes.
Supposing that the stasis is still holding, Car wants to check to see if any of the other sarcophagi are like this.
What, you just crack open the next one?
I need to see if they hold actual bodies in here, or if all of them are replacements.
Right. You open. Do you go for a targeted coffin, or do you just pick a random?
You said you discerned like a pattern between them, right?
Yeah, you could probably find a specific body if you're looking for it.
Oh, for instance, Penelope.
Right. You go to Penelope's grave. It's a layer upwards from this one, diagonally.
Mm-hmm.
And you begin cracking the stone thing open. And give me a roll. This is to avoid damage.
Okay. 6.
You're surprised, but you dodge quickly enough. The tombs themselves appear to have been vacuum sealed. There was air, or at least vacuum, inside of them before you cracked them open. Lumina's grave was filled with water when you opened it.
Damn, it just disturbed Penelope's grave.
Yep.
You monster.
But looking in there is her actual body, right?
Yes, her visage is not fully decomposed yet. It's kind of unpleasant to look at, actually.
Carwolf certainly used
Aethif, give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Whee! 4.
You see a very shiny necklace on her, but you figure you couldn't really grab it without Car noticing.
With me rolling a fucking 5.
He's gonna ask. So does this count as the gem I can steal?
Lay your hands off my daughter. Car is going to use.
You're the one who disturbed her body.
Car is going to use magic to return the preservation best he can. See if he can get a bubble of air for the coffin.
It's not looking pretty.
No.
Unfortunately, it would be with your specific brand of powers, it's difficult to do. You might be able to do it if you brought the entire sarcophagus with the body up to the surface, but you're not strong enough.
Yeah,
I might be.
He'll do the best job he can here, but
you could reapply a seal, but afterwards emptying it of water isn't really an option.
Yeah. Reapply a seal, big whatever the goddess was prior for forgiveness, and start returning to the surface with the intent of waiting it out.
No, I mean seriously, he probably could help bring it up using his abomination mode where he activates all like 80 limbs he owns.
I don't know if all his 80 limbs gain a bunch of strength.
The problem isn't the amount of hands, the problem is the weight of the sarcophagus. Besides, I doubt the stasis you put on the crystal is going to last long enough for you to do that.
Well, at the very least, know now that they did not. God, there's a lot of pinnacles in this deck.
The only person to disturb the rest of the graves was you, yes.
Well, no, that's the point. Somebody else disturbed the grave.
Unfortunately, disturbed one of the recently dead to do so, but that is necessary to find this out.
Possibly. For what you can gather, at the very least, this happened more recently.
How recently?
Well, give me a logic roll.
God, I've been failing on those.
Well, you know, you have hero points.
4. That's good enough.
Good enough, I suppose. If someone was covering the tracks, there would really be no reason to do this unless they expected someone with necromancy to show up. Thing is, the first person someone with proper necromancy showed up was back when Elle was grieving your loss. So, some, say, 40-ish years after you died.
God,
Or
that is,
it's quite possible that this happened very recently with your return, though it's
he didn't really
unlikely
announce that he knew
because
necromancy.
yeah, it's unlikely because Mona was the proprietress and she hasn't mentioned anyone else coming down here. In fact, she's rather protective of the place.
Though, how long has she been the one protecting the place?
Well, she
Ma'am,
inherited
how
it
old are you?
from fucking rude.
Hags.
She inherited it from her mother, who inherited it from Lumina's side of the family a while back. A legal settlement, as it were.
So it would have had to been within the last 40 years at the very least, or most.
Yes. So there's a very good chance, though they
People
may
that
be an
made
old man,
it
yeah,
would be-
whoever made this, the masonry company, is still probably around, so it's a good place to start digging. Or start finding someone who's currently digging, I suppose.
Or someone trying to cover tracks now. Because if they did it in the last 40 years, they've certainly survived up to this point. So it's no longer a fucking cold case. They've been a little bit sloppy recently. Alright, I guess find that masonry company.
And, I think I'm gonna call it here.
Yay.
All right.
I'm gonna do some proper work next time for all of this. Hopefully, wrap the murder mystery up so we can go on to the war
Yeah.
arc.
So we can start to do our Hearts of Iron playthrough.
It's
CK3, please.
still Crusader Kings. It's just the other side of it.
Total
conquest
War
part.
Attila.
No, I would be Attila.
Let's say medieval. That was actually a good
Oh,
game.
Shogun 2. Right.
None of us are samurai. None of us are black enough to apparently be samurai.
Actually,
Well,
hold on. Sean is close. Chun probably knows some
wrong type
samurai.
of Asian.
No, Chun would be
Sean
a geisha.
probably knows some samurai.
Chun would be a geisha, not a samurai.
You'd be a gay.
She is a
Do you not
gay.
know what you not know what a geisha is?
I
Alright,
know
well,
what a geisha
anyway,
is,
Geisha,
but I also know what a gay is, and that's Chun. Chun's
Oh,
gay.
yeah,
People
you look
that
at
were
whatever he's-
people that were watching for the last 2 hours 45 minutes, we're probably on next week.
How many?
Yeah. And don't
How many
worry, I
people?
fell asleep too.
One
people.
view.
God, I feel sorry for them.